Fellow geeks, welcome to another episode of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostgeeks. Playing with us tonight, we have Chase and Emily, as usual. And tonight we're so excited because we have two brand new faces who are playing two brand new characters, obviously. So let's quickly introduce them. If you guys want to, you can say like a little bit about your characters, but we'll obviously meet them, as we go through the session. So Matt, do you want to go ahead and start? You tell us a little bit about you, where people can find you, who you're playing tonight.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. My name is Matt. I'm probably the least experienced D&D'er here. I've been playing for maybe just a little over 2 or 3 years. So I'm nervous, but excited. I'll be playing a Goliath barbarian who just wants to be a hero. Thank you for having me.
And do you have anything you would like to plug or tell people where to find you? If not, that's okay, but you're welcome to.
We're currently under construction, but if you happen to find yourselves in Ogden, I do improv upstairs at the Ziegfeld. So hopefully I'll be able to catch y'all there too.
That is Ogden, Utah, if anyone's in the area and wants to learn improv. Okay, thank you. Ian, would you care to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Ian. I'm playing Moon Eye this evening, and I've done a little bit of streaming gaming with these guys before. You can find me at Budfannin on Twitter, and then hopefully at some point more consistently doing some streaming as well.
Cool. Well, we are happy to have you. Did you say who you were playing?
Yes, I'm playing Moon Eye,
okay. Very
which is
good.
Stu Drinker's brother.
Yes, we've got brothers. We've got Goliath brothers, which is so fun. Okay, Quill. We rolled randomly for our one of our Patreon blessings, and now Toby is gifting you with another blessing, so you will go right up to moderate. So Quill is, I guess I'll cinematically introduce you guys to the scene, but you have an icicle charm that grows on your bracelet, and you today have the Charm of Frost, which will apply to your spells because you do not have a weapon. So
wonderful.
Today your magic is just feeling a little bit extra icy, a little extra frosty. So
gotta stay frosty.
Okay. Now, so that we can get started, we are using the system and setting of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition by Wizards of the Coast, and we are playing through their excellent module, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is unsponsored fan content, but we are having a lot of fun. And you can find lots of the maps and tokens and cool stuff we're using in the Rime of the Frostmaiden bundle over on Roll20. So go check it out. If you're new here to chat, you can interact with our game. You can help out the heroes by gifting things from the useful items bag. You can bump the affirmation bar toward the heroes to give them a bonus on rolls, or you can bump it toward me if you want to power up the villains. You can also give hero points and villain points. And if you want to, if you are a Patreon, you can also give a blessing to one of our players. I think I covered most of the stuff. If you want more details, you can type !engage in the chat and figure out all the cool stuff you can do. So without further ado, let's get to the recap. A lot happened last session. Previously on Rime of the Frostgeeks, Quill found a mysterious contract and pendant on the frozen body of Asterix, one of the missing mountaineer people. And the group decided to transport both Asterix's body and the headless dwarf body down the mountain for proper burial. On the way, Vinny slew a snowy owl who stared at him a little too long and shared it as a snack with the Yeti tyke, which had bonded with Quill. With an entourage of animals in tow down the mountain, they finally made it to the base camp. While heading back toward town the next day, they were attacked by an angry frost druid who they had run into before named Ravison. Fighting off a horde of her summoned wolves and saving the baby Yeti, the group defeated her. However, during the fight, Haskell was knocked out and had a vision from the gods that his and Quill's destiny is tied to 2 Goliaths and a town named Caer Dineval, while Vinny's and Ajira's paths led elsewhere. After a cold goodbye in the forest, they all parted ways. And of course, now we will be following Quill and Haskell as they make their way over the tundra toward Caer Dineval. Quill and Haskell, you have been walking for some time. Haskell, ever certain of the direction he's headed. Suddenly, Haskell, though, a snowball hits you in the face, and you see a shimmering shape dart into the snow with a giggle.
Is it a small shape or like a large shape?
Small.
It looks like a little godling is playing tricks on us.
If I had to guess, I would say that it is a chunga.
Yes, that is exactly what I said, Quill.
Are we
Come
still
here.
trying to capture one?
I don't think we were ever trying to capture one seriously, were we?
Do we have the lantern, or did someone else have that?
I believe Ajira probably...
Yeah.
Ajira had it, and I don't know that she handed it off.
She was on a mission.
Yes.
So I'll step forward and do the little whistle. Try and get its attention.
You don't see anything, but maybe 10, 15 feet ahead, like from the snow, you hear a whistle mimicking yours.
Perfect.
And then a snowball comes and smacks you in the face.
I'll dramatically flop backwards into the snow and lay still for a moment.
The breeze kind of picks up and some snowflakes swirl in the air, and a giggle kind of echoes in the breeze. And then you see almost like a bunny hopping, but not a bunny, but that kind of like boing, boing, boing. And it's headed in the direction you were going, but it stays about 15 feet ahead of you.
Should we follow it, Haskell?
Yes, I think we should. Also, be careful with your playful nature. It's going to get you killed one of these days.
It is just a twinga, Haskell.
A godling, and what if it is one from a sinister one? Do not give in to their games so easily until we know what they want.
As you say, Haskell. But secretly, she rolls her eyes at you, then hurries after the twinga.
All right. Moon Eye and Stew Drinker, you two have been walking for a few days now. It's quite a trip from your homestead here to 10 Towns. A pretty uneventful trip. You know this area very, very well, and you've spent most of your life, in the wilderness. But you are finally nearing your destination of 10 Towns. While both of you have heard a lot about these settlements, these human settlements in Icewind Dale, neither of you have spent a whole lot of time here. Probably, visited a handful of times, but I don't know that this was really your scene. But Kazarin, if you know one thing about human towns, it's that they have problems, and problems need heroes to solve them. So, and I guess for chat, we don't have this on the overlay. So, Stew Drinker and Kazarin, they are the same person. Kazarin is his birth name.
Yes.
Goliaths are given sort of a nickname as a middle name, which are the names that we're using, Moon Eye and Stew Drinker. So, if I say Kazarin occasionally, that's who I'm talking about. And as you walk, suddenly, Stew Drinker, you hear a great crash as your mess kit comes untied from your pack. And all the pots and things come tumbling into the snow, and you see a small white shape running off through the snow with your spoon and fork in either hand. Small, tiny, tiny creature.
Brother, did you see that?
I did.
All right.
Do you need those?
Yeah. I can't let this go without. Oh no, this feels like a game. Do you mind? I'm gonna go.
I follow you, brother.
All right. And Stew Drinker is going to chase after
Okay, you being so much bigger than this small thing, it does not take much for you to quickly close the gap. However, the small figure that was just sort of running, fork and spoon in either hand, suddenly the breeze picks up and seems to just propel it forward, and it keeps its speed. It doesn't get too far ahead of you, but it maintains like a 15-ish foot distance as you're chasing after it. And you hear, as this breeze is going, sort of an echoing giggle in the wind. And you're able to keep up with it, but you are running along. Quill and Haskell, as you guys are following your little snowball throwing friend, you see off in the distance 2 large shadows moving very quickly in your direction. Humanoid, but much bigger than each of you. Certainly much bigger than Haskell.
This is either certain death or the half-giants we were looking for. I suppose if we will see if this was a guide or a doomsayer.
Should I?
Hello out there.
Stew Drinker, you hear a shout, and you notice now a little ways in the distance 2 smaller shadows.
Great. Stew Drinker will yell out, "Hello, can you catch this thing?"
It is not meant to be caught. Are you a half-giant?
I guess you could say that, but it's got my fork and spoon.
You must call to it then, and I'll get all low, and I'll make bunny ears with my hands, and I'll whistle at the one with the fork and spoon.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I'd be super happy to do that.
Are we affirmated? We got anything going?
No, we got
Yes.
villains going all day.
Oh, wow. There we go. From Toby, no less.
Yeah. He's like, I've always wanted to do this. I got a 17 persuasion check to this little chewinga.
Okay. It's like running like a madman. It like almost in like the fork and spoon are almost in like stabbing kind of grips, and it's just like running like crazy with the breeze carrying it. But it notices your whistle and just kind of stops, and then it sticks the fork and spoon like in its kind of snowy head as little bunny ears,
and I'll hop towards it. like knees and like feet together in like a very stiff hop.
It hops toward you.
And I'll just continue hopping
about proper worship
until I get close, and then I'm gonna like fall over so like my ears are very close to it, hoping that its ears will fall into my hands.
Okay, as you fall over onto the snow, the other one kind of springs up into the and is like kind of comes up into the air and throws its hands down, and then just a big pile of snow just dumps on you.
There's just like from underneath all the snow.
And they both of the chewingas sort of chortle and then dive into the snow, leaving your fork and spoon resting on the surface, Stew Drinker.
You should have let it take that as an offering, Quill.
It is better to make friends.
They've punished you. They made your face cold.
Stew Drinker, seeing Quill like on the ground, immediately looks down, says, "Are you okay?"
And she like is struggling free from this pile of snow, and she'll sit up, and she's just frosty all over. I am unharmed. Thank you for your concern. Wait, am I unharmed?
Yes, it was just like it. Oh, I guess not
from the last
technically.
fight.
You are unharmed from the snow.
Okay,
you guys are not all
bloody as hell. I'm at 1 hit point.
Well, I guess we can ask Haskell, did you heal Quill at all in the time from the battle to now?
Yeah, I would have healed her.
Okay. While we're doing that, chat has blessed both Stew Drinker and Moon Eye. So Stew Drinker, And actually, I will narrate this really quickly because you guys don't have Chwinga charm bracelets yet. But as you kind of help Quill out of the snow, these two Chwingas reappear, one on each of your shoulders, Stew Drinker and Mooneye, and both of them, the one on your shoulder, Mooneye, kind of bops you on the nose and then dives off your shoulder and like into a flurry of snowflakes, and you see on your wrist there grows seemingly from like ice a bracelet. And Stew Drinker, the one on your shoulder, it like runs down your arm and then stands on your wrist and gives you a high five and then jumps off into the snow. And the same thing, you see an icy bracelet appear around your wrist. And on that bracelet, you see a small lava rock charm form, and you have been given the charm of fire, which if you don't have the doc open, I'll link it here in the chat so you can check that out. And
thank you.
Mooneye, let's see what you get today. Every time, Chase. Mooneye, a wood carving of a wolf's head appears on your bracelet, and you have the charm of the animal, which means you get to choose a beast companion to join you of CR 1/2 or below.
Yes.
So, whenever you've decided, you can let me know, and we can narrate that animal joining you.
Okay. Thank you, small one, for the blessing.
So I healed you for 7, Quill, which was on 2d8, 2 2s. So I'm slowly moving up the scale to rolling better heals.
And so that was a while ago that you healed, Quill?
Yeah,
We're
that
saying?
was a bit ago.
So clearly Quill is still kind of rough.
Yeah, I'm also pretty beat up.
She looks like she's taken a pretty big beating quite recently, and she'll look up. I am uninjured from the Chwinga, and I see that you are blessed as well. And she'll hold up her hand and show you that she is wearing the same thing with a little charm off of it.
Looks like this was a good godling. These are the ones we're looking for.
Haskell,
Clearly,
Good look at your
the
faces.
Moon Maiden has guided us on our path.
Who is this Moon Maiden?
You're looking for us?
I believe so. Get closer.
I'm going to cast
Down.
Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank you.
Quill, I'll cast it at second level, so 2d8.
Oh, awesome. Do you want to roll it?
Yep, I got it.
Perfect.
oh my gosh, RLU is coming full force tonight, you guys.
I know.
I've got 12
Oh.
villain points.
That's
And
fine.
we're like 20 minutes in. So and Haskell, before I forget, as you're coming closer to Stew Drinker to examine him, your foot brushes something in the snow, and the snow kind of clears off, and you see a small like canvas bag, really just like a pouch.
Okay, I'm gonna scoop it up.
But that's 16 total, Quill.
It's a little better than mine, I guess.
Topped off.
And Haskell, you just innately feel like this is a bag of sunshine, sunlight.
Look at
And
that.
mechanically, you think as soon as you open the bag, the sunlight will be out of it. So it's like a one-time use thing.
Can I like take a little teeny peek in it?
Sure, just like a little tiny
When I
spike.
open it up,
It's
I'm gonna look at it.
super bright.
This would be useful. Now come here, let me get a closer look at you, half giants. You're too tall. And who is this Moon Maiden you speak of?
Stew Drinker will kneel down so that Haskell can get a good look at him.
He's gonna grab his face and like examine a little bit. He's gonna pat him on the cheek. Yes, you're the ones we're looking for.
I begin to come down until I see him touch my brother's face, and I'll stand right back up.
I'm not hexing you. You don't have to worry.
But
I have
he
no fear
also
of
never
that.
washes his hands, so perhaps keep your space.
You know nothing of my hygiene, Quill. That is something I keep personal. We are here to find you. Destiny has brought us together. I've dreamt of it.
Oh. Well, great. That's perfect. We're right here.
Yes, very good. You know of these little creatures that just stole your fork?
Actually, Stew Drinker and Moon Eye, you guys would be at least aware in passing of these little spirit creatures. You can decide how much you may have encountered them. Stew Drinker, probably not as much. Moon Eye, in your sort of hermitage, you've probably come across them a time or two. They are chwingas, and basically they are playful, trickster nature spirits. They don't really, no one really knows why they do the things that they do. But they are they aren't harmful. They aren't known to be malicious, just playful and like playing jokes and stuff. Haskell. One other thing besides the bag. You also see a charm grow on your bracelet, and it is in the shape of a tiny rune-etched heart. You have the charm of the heart today.
It's an excellent one.
Very good. Glance at it
especially
briefly.
for Haskell, you have a ton of hit points.
That I do. It's because I've been rolling my health, and I've rolled almost max every time so far. We'll see. It does better than my
Knock on
heals.
wood.
Yeah.
And Matt and Ian, in case you guys didn't realize, you are both now at moderate blessings.
Major.
Oh,
Major,
major.
she said.
Both of you are major. So,
Chat
Yeah.
is just
RL,
friendly
you coming
tonight.
in
yeah.
hot.
Yeah. Goodness.
Chat giveth
Thank
to
you.
both sides.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you very much.
Okay. So you guys have met up and headed onward.
Where is it that you are going?
Well, two of us, we're just adventuring around, just trying to see if anyone needs any help. Do you two need any help?
Tori, I remembered in my vision seeing a large wall of ice, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. I was going to get that to you. I will put it in the chat for you
Awesome.
in just a moment.
I am so sorry to ask this, but do you know of a Goliath by the name of Oya Miranov?
Oya Manartak.
Thank you.
No worries.
I tried to remember.
Oh, well, we're actually looking for her. I've been wanting to find her for years.
Why is it that you search for her?
Well, I was always a little scared of her, but as I grew older, I learned that she's actually very kind, and I just really want to see that for myself.
Yes, she, I have not met her since I was very young. I have much to thank her for. Haskell, will we be traveling with them?
Yes, I think we will. If they choose to accept destiny. What does your moon maiden tell you?
My moon maiden has told me to travel with my brother. And it appears that my brother's path goes with you, so I will travel with you as well.
Have you seen this moon maiden?
Of course I have.
Is she a goddess?
Haskell,
Why do
you
you ask?
cannot just ask if someone is a goddess.
I think you can. I think there's no etiquette against asking if one is a goddess.
Are you quite certain? What if
Are you-
someone is a goddess and they think that they are well known and then you do not know them?
You're not making any sense, Quill.
Oh, my apologies.
Are you
And
offended, half-giant, by my question about your moon goddess?
It seems a question that has wasted breath and nothing more.
Well, there are many gods. I will see what your knowledge is on this one. Well, we're looking for a wall of ice. Have you seen one?
not recently, but I mean, I think with our
Did Stew Drinker just look around?
yeah.
I love that. Like, not recently.
Is this the first time I've heard about this wall of ice that we're apparently searching for?
No, I mentioned it at the end of last session.
Okay. Can I roll a survival or something to know like the landscape if I know vaguely of
Sure.
a wall of ice near us? Survival sound okay?
Survival or nature, either one of those would be fine. Stew Drinker, Moon Eye, if you guys would like to try to recall that, you can too.
I rolled a 14.
You say survival?
Or nature.
Yes, either one of those.
I will definitely roll survival.
Well, my name is Haskell, by the way. I traveled to this one.
My name
She's
is
very
Quill.
naive, but she is getting better.
And this is my Yeti tyke. And I like pull this
always
creature outside of like this big bag I have on my side. And there's a baby Yeti and she just like holds it up for your inspection.
Oh, and I'd say Stew Drinker is maybe just a little overwhelmed at meeting so many new friends, and so he first reaches a hand out to Quill, and then reaches the other hand out to Haskell, and then like goes to shake, but then seeing the baby Yeti is like,
It has not proven dangerous yet. We had to kill its mother.
Shh. Not in front of the
Oh.
baby. And I
It
tuck it
cannot
back away.
understand me.
It can understand more than it can speak.
I don't think you know how language works, Quill.
Quill, you, as far as walls of ice go, you know that there is a pretty well-known glacier called Ragged Glacier. That's maybe the closest thing, but you know, this is also Icewind Dale in Eternal Winter, so there's really no shortage of ice walls, but that's probably like the most notable, you know, landmark.
Which direction is it?
You're asking me the hard questions. Hang
I
on,
know.
let me look at the map real quick.
Is it just the place where we've been going, or just it's to your left? I'll just away
It's
to
over
the
that
wall
way.
of ice.
I don't believe it is in the direction you're going.
Okay. Haskell,
Make sure though.
Yes, Quill.
I know the wall of ice.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
Oh, okay.
Don't answer that question. It was meant to be. We found the half-giants we were looking for. We need not find a path. We will be led there. I saw it in my dream. More importantly is tactics, and right now we need to rest. Do either of you two know a good place to lay our heads for a moment?
I moved you over to the map. Can you guys all see that?
I can.
Okay.
yes.
So you'll see, you guys are probably like right around here. If you can see my ping.
By Care Dinaval.
Oh, I can, there. Yep.
Perfect.
And you know, this is where you're supposedly headed. And way over here, I'll use the ruler. Way over this way is the Ragged Glacier.
Oh, it's so far.
It's big too. I'll ping and move you guys over here. So see like this whole kind of big
this long line, yeah. Yeah.
That is a
Very-
big giant glacier.
Brownsy. Perfect.
Yes.
Why do you seek the wall of ice?
I've seen it in a dream. I'm not sure why. Our previous quest, I was helping someone relight their heart fire. Quill travels with me. She's learning magic.
I know magic.
You are still learning, Quill. As am I. Don't take it as an insult.
Haskell
We are
is-
all always learning.
See,
This
this one
is
is
true.
wise. He is less naive than you.
Thank you, Haskell. She says, and then looks towards her new friends. I am sorry for him. He has been a little strange since I found him in the snow.
I'm not strange. I am feeling quite grumpy, though. We just had a run-in with an angry wizard. We killed its familiar.
It's.
Oh.
I'm
Chase, you're
sorry.
killing me.
This is probably a meeting you did not expect, and he has a lot to get used to.
Hmm.
Why don't we find a place to eat, and you can tell us about yourselves?
That sounds nice. And Stew Drinker's gonna bend down and grab his fork and spoon. And as he does that, you can kind of notice that there's like this little trinket that's hanging off his belt. It's this small stuffed teddy bear that's wearing gold and red. But he says, my name's Stew Drinker, by the way. We actually just ran from a town chasing one of these little trickster things. So
A chewinga.
a chewinga.
And what is your name?
I am
I'm Stew
Mooneye.
Drinker.
That is a title, yes?
Aren't all
I have-
names titles?
I don't believe so. So you wish me to call you Stew Drinker?
Yeah, and until I earn something better.
Ah, so it was earned.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You would have liked our friend Vinny.
Yeah,
He liked food.
I like food too.
I will follow you, Quill.
Moon Eye, you know that you're not terribly far outside of Caer Dineval, and it's getting on toward twilight. You still have some time left, but it's probably best to head into town for the night. It's just generally safer to be in civilization when the night falls across the tundra. And as you turn to start heading out, your great big foot kind of kicks something in the snow, and a shiny black amulet kind of sails a little ways and lands on top of the snow. And you have you pick it up and you see it looks like it's kind of made of black glass, and it's in the shape of a sword.
Hmm. I will tuck it into one of my pouches. How big is it?
It's like a human-sized amulet. So
Yeah, okay.
like a you know
Little
you'd wear
teeny tiny.
wear it as
like
a necklace.
Like
Yep.
it's fit for a human. It's not the size of a human, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Fit for a human. Yeah.
Yeah, I will tuck it into a pouch.
Cool. Man, we're just getting all kinds of cool items. And as that happens, Stew Drinker, you also dislodge another small bag from the snow, and you have it matches the one that Haskell was spying in earlier. And you've been given a little tiny pouch of sunlight.
Who's leaving these bags of sunshine everywhere?
Stew Drinker's gonna hold it up to Quill and Haskell and say, "Did one of you drop this?"
No, somebody else has been losing them.
The chewingas must have given you another gift.
It is not from the Chwingas.
You don't know that.
Chwingas do not create bags of sunshine.
Chewingas make cookies.
Yes, out of ice.
Why could they not make a bag of sun?
Oh, you have
you can
much
have
to
a
learn,
pocket
Quill.
full of sunshine. Just tuck it away.
May I ride on your shoulders, Quill? I'm tired.
No, I
Wind
don't-
bag. I'll point to Haskell. Wind bag. That is your new title. What is what do you know of these small creatures?
What do I know of the small creatures?
Have you met one?
I have. They are godlings, little shards of the different gods around this world. They are mischievous and wise, sometimes sinister. Quill calls them chwingas. That's some kind of rumor she started back in 10 Towns.
That is the way that I was taught. But they like to have fun. They will dance and sing with you.
Yes,
agree
they're to
with
be
you,
treated
Quill.
with respect, not caught.
Very true.
All
I
right,
accept this title, Windbag.
We'll have to change your title card on the next overlay. Next episode. Chase appearing as Windbag. All right, you guys walk a ways. You can now see the town, or like the buildings kind of, break up the just dull tundra skyline. And Haskell, you also on the way you also find a shiny black sword amulet.
Somebody is losing their belongings. Some sort of cult, maybe.
You probably saw the one that Quill found, Haskell. I imagine Quill might have shown it to you guys. And it looks very, very similar. However, yours looks just a bit duller. So like if Quill's is made of like shiny obsidian, yours is maybe just like black stone. Like it's not nearly as shiny.
Sure.
But same shape and everything.
Okay.
As Haskell mentions people losing things, I realize that Stew Drinker realizes that he's left his pots and pans and everything back where the Chwinga had messed with him. And he's going to look up and say, "Brother, my bag, everything else. I got to go get it."
It is fine, brother. We will pass by it on our way to the town.
Oh, thank goodness. Here.
You should get a shell with a pock.
Oh, will you remember that for me, brother?
I will. I do not know what it means, but I will remember it for you.
My friend
you.
Vinny had one. He was a cook. He never forgot anything. He always had it on himself.
You do indeed pass by your pack, and you're able to retrieve all of your items, Stew Drinker. And you guys come into town. And
Lovely looking town.
yeah.
Is this the biggest town I've ever seen?
Let's see. Is this bigger than
It looks
Lonelywood?
larger. It has two levels.
It's probably a bit bigger.
I'd like to ask that question at every town.
Is this the biggest town?
This is an enormous city.
I'll answer that for you right now. It's about, population-wise, it's the same size as Lonelywood, but you haven't seen a castle before.
Does a god live there? Is that a temple? I have heard of temples. Look at its size.
Quill hasn't been around people much.
To give you guys some sort of point of direction, you see this shape in the sky?
Mm-hmm.
That is Kelvin's Cairn, the little mountain, the small mountain that you guys climbed off in the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is actually not the direction you'd probably be entering the town because this is kind of lakeside.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I'll just quickly show you like the map of the town. This is how it's set up. So this over here is the castle. And this way would be Kelvin's Cairn. However, the Chwingas kind of led you this way, so you're coming into town along this road, actually.
Cool.
And now we can switch back to the cool picture.
Are you from this town? Is it your home?
No, well, home is a little far away now, but hopefully we'll see it again soon with better names.
Likely not
looking-
soon. There's a long journey ahead. Adventuring never ends quickly. That is something I've learned.
But I am sure that you will return with much glory.
You get a
Thank
few
you.
weird looks, Stew Drinker and Moon Eye. That Goliaths are certainly, common around Icewind Dale, but definitely not the most common for them to show up in 10 towns. So nothing like, you don't get the sense that these people have never seen a Goliath before, but you do get a few passing glances of like, huh, that's odd. Nobody really talks to you though. There aren't a ton of people here either. The population in all is about 100 people. So you see a handful of folks milling about, but they seem content to leave you alone.
I wave at
About
every
their
single person I notice looking at us.
They
Drinker will follow suit,
Yeah.
thinking that's great.
They give you guys it's kind of same reaction. They just sort of glance and hurry along their way.
If anyone lingers a little bit too long, she's introducing herself.
There is a young man, a young boy, who he's carting a bunch of fish, a bunch of knucklehead trout from the lake, and he doesn't notice you guys yet. He pauses, he sets the cart down, and it looks like he's bending down to tie up his bootlace.
Hello.
Sorry. Excuse me. Let me just get out of your way. And he stands up quickly.
You are not in our way. Take your time. Tie your shoe. You do not wish to fall.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You have nothing to apologize for. In fact, I hope I can beg a favor from you.
Yeah, is this an order from the speaker?
Who is this speaker?
Why does everyone have a speaker?
He seems to be giving you specifically this kind of deference, Quill.
No, we have not had the pleasure of meeting your speaker. We are looking for a place to sleep and to get a hot meal.
Are you not from the care? And he points up the hill toward the castle.
Should we be from the care? Are you all right?
Sorry, with the... Never mind.
Can I show him my amulet? Do you know who might keep losing these?
He looks a bit nervous at your amulet, and he just points up at the care. But if you're looking for the inn, it's that way. And he points in the other direction. I should go. And he picks up his cart and hustles away from you guys.
This is why everyone needs a speaker. No one is good at speaking. I think it makes good coin. I could be a speaker.
Did I do a bad job? Did I say something that would have offended him? I thought that I minded all of my manners. I did not introduce myself.
I think it's more the fact that you interrupted somebody as they were tying their shoe.
It is the way of the humans in the 10 towns.
I will learn their ways.
A swarm of ravens comes flying in from the tundra, Moon Eye, and sort of lands all around you. And trotting up in their wake is a giant elk. You, Quill and Haskell, you guys have witnessed such things before, and all of these animals have the familiar sort of frosty glow in their eye that you just innately understand that they are friendly and somehow sent by the Twingas. Mooneye, you recognize some of these ravens.
I will reach down and pick one up and speak. It is good to see you, friends. How
and you, Mooneye.
Is life good for you all?
We are getting by. Not nearly enough shiny things in the snow these days. It is too difficult to see in this eternal winter.
Here, my friend. I'll pull out the shiny little sword amulet.
It kind of picks at it and it jostles in your hand, and it will take it in its beak. I will hold this for you, Mooneye. I don't know what Mooneye sounds like as he's speaking Raven. but but you guys are all standing around.
She just
Should learn to
politely
speak
looks
to
away.
Annabelle.
Oh,
Like,
we've been
while-
raided. Hi, IPA lot. Welcome to the stream. Thanks. for
Hello.
coming by.
Big hype.
Hello. I'd say while Moon Eye is talking with the ravens, Stew Drinker is always like kind of kneeling down, trying to do his best to pick anything up, but never seems to quite be able to figure out what they're saying.
Okay.
Forgive me, brother. These are my friends.
It's a moon maiden thing.
And Stew Drinker will nod and still just try to wave to them, just as he saw Quill wave to everyone.
Perhaps the speaker lives in the temple.
Shall we get some rest first before we go talk to this speaker?
Does the speaker not tell us where to sleep?
The man pointed us to an inn.
It is getting on toward evening. It's now I mean it's always kind of dark in Icewind Dale, but now it's getting quite dark, minus the the torches and things outside of buildings.
Then let us go rest.
Haskell will nod. He'll start heading towards the inn where the guy pointed him to.
Okay. You guys head down the road a little ways. Sorry, I'm just finding some tokens for Moon Eye's
Torn
Animal
raisins and a giant elk.
Yep. As one does. Okay, let's see. Oh, they have both well, it's crows. I think you can live with crows, hopefully.
I am deeply offended, but I'll accept what you can give us.
Okay, that should be the correct size. All right.
Their name is Pra.
Pra. You guys head down the road a little ways, and you see. Oh, I gotta get my lovely music playing again. Forgot to put it on repeat. Okay. You guys see. There's a building with one of those swinging signs up over the door. Like there has to be over every inn. However, the sign looks very worn and like it badly needs a coat of paint. It's squeaking loudly in the light breeze. And as you approach closer, the sign you see, it says Denev's Rest. And as you get closer, you see that the building has boarded up windows and some kind of debris outside of it. It looks quite abandoned.
I knock on the door anyways.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Perception is not my strong suit. I'm gonna be at a grand old nat 1.
Oof. Anyone else who's approaching the door can also make a perception
Yeah, I
check
want to
if
get
you'd
into
like.
this inn.
Right.
Watch Haskell do amazingly well.
Nope.
Okay. Thank goodness.
11 with chat bonus.
I got an 18.
Ooh, okay.
17.
Your Goliath friends are here to help.
We're on edge since we're not used to coming into town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pop you over to this other map. Okay, you guys all with me? This is where we're
indeed. I
I'm
can't
I see a
though.
black screen.
at.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, I know what's wrong. I forgot to give you guys light. But I forgot, Stew Drinker, with part of your charm, your sword is glowing, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so. You are emitting, your weapon is emitting bright light. So
Is it dark in here?
Fantastic.
it's fairly dark. And Moon Eye,
'Cause-
you should be able to see, but I don't know why that is.
Yeah,
not
I can
letting
see
you
300 feet in the darkness.
Wombat says it's night. So that makes sense.
That is true. If it's night, I would have light on my drum as well.
Yes, sorry. Hang on. I think this is my bad.
It's okay. Just a minor technical difficulty.
Oh, dang it. I know exactly what the problem is. It's because I did the same thing as I did on the other screen. So let me grab you guys from this one.
These are our fancy
Okay,
new tokens.
you're giant, but you guys should be able to see now. Yes.
I cannot. I can see myself.
Oh,
I can't even see that. I
hang
can
on,
see on the
I'm
stream though.
fixing-
That's all I
I'm
need.
fixing
Mm-hmm.
vision, night vision. Quill, you have night vision for 60 feet.
Sounds right.
We'll do that for now.
I'm shedding 20
Oh,
feet
I
of
see
light from
things
my
now.
drum.
Yes, I will give you light, Haskell. And I need to give Stew Drinker some light.
Do you think that he
Thank
lied
you.
to us? That this is not really an inn?
It looks like it is maybe an inn. He didn't say it was open. Therefore, I do not think it was a lie.
What is that post or pin or something off to our right?
Give me 1 second and dim light for another 30 feet. Okay, everyone should have light and vision.
Oh,
Are we
sorry.
good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Which
And then
oh
right there.
oh, that was the thing I was playing with earlier. It's nothing.
Oh, okay. It's not
I forgot to take it off the map. Okay, here's your elk as well. You should be able to control these tokens. Moon Eye.
Yeah.
I can.
Cool. Excellent. Okay.
You'd miss.
So here's the door. Sorry, chat, for that technical difficulty. So Quill has walked up and knocked on the door.
Mhm.
And Moon Eye and Stew Drinker actually. There's no answer, Quill and Haskell, as you guys listen, but with your excellent dark vision and just your sharp senses, Stew Drinker and Moon Eye, you see, like, you catch just the tiniest movement in between the boards over here, like over through this window. And Stew Drinker, you see something similar. You see like something just glint off the light that your sword is, or your sword is emitting
Mhm.
through the boards of this window over here.
Brother, did you see that? There's
Yeah.
something moving inside the building.
Maybe we need to do what Quill said earlier, and it's just a matter of introducing ourselves. And then Stew Drinker will yell, my name is Stew Drinker. Do you need help?
Quill will jump and turn and look at you with wide eyes.
You see, well, Quill, as you turn around, you see an old woman shuffling through along the road, and she pauses as Stew Drinker shouts this, and she says, "You yelling to the ghosts, boy?"
Hello, I'm Stew Drinker. Ghosts?
I didn't ask your name. Are you yelling at the ghosts? That place is haunted.
Oh,
There is no
It-
such thing.
Is
There
it open?
No such thing,
Oh,
Quill.
look who knows so much, young lady.
She is very nice.
Why don't you just head on in and find out? The ghosts will show you.
I'm gonna test
Do you
the
know if
doorknob.
Is there a less haunted inn in town?
A less haunted inn. You think we have enough industry to support 2 inns? You are
We're
as
clearly not
crazy as you
supporting
look,
one.
little one. And she goes toddling off down the road with her little cane, and she continues chuckling to herself. 2 inns. A non-haunted inn. Oh my goodness. People are getting so crazy these days. And
I'm gonna
she-
try and walk into his place.
Haskell's just gonna glare at her.
It's locked, Quill.
You don't believe in ghosts.
I believe that there could be ghosts, but they do not harm people.
What were the things in the snow that nearly killed me?
Which time?
Exactly.
The wraiths?
Yes, wraiths are a type of ghost.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Are they?
Yes.
I don't
Are
know.
you feeling healthy enough to go fight more wraiths in this inn?
Yes.
Because I am certainly not.
And flames will tingle at her fingertips.
Put
Let
your
us go.
goat flames away. We need to rest.
But this is the only inn.
I'm going to stab the igloo spike into the ground right here in front of you.
Okay. Moon Eye and Stew Drinker, Haskell pulls out this like almost like a tent stake, but it looks to be made of ice. And he stabs it into the ground, and just immediately growing out from around it, ice blocks start forming. And over the course of a minute, an igloo forms.
Stew Drinker will look overjoyed at this because this seems more like the sort of dwellings that he's used to. And he immediately walks in.
It fits many people quite nicely without a large goat, though you two are quite large yourselves. We'll make our own inn if they're not operating their own in this town.
Sounds good to me.
Ori, I see bread on this cart. Is there bread on this cart?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Here's your makeshift igloo. It's not that small. I'll make it bigger.
I was like, yeah, we can fit 2 Goliaths and some people in there.
We'll say it's that big. You guys can squish in there. It's
Oh my
cozy.
lord. Okay, yeah. We'll stack.
The ravens and the elk, I am afraid, will probably not fit. Here, we'll do that. You guys also don't have to actually go inside. We can just say your tokens are there.
Perfect.
Doesn't Mountainborn let us ignore cold?
Yeah, you guys are fine. But in fact, you probably don't even really have cold weather clothing because you guys just grew up in this kind of climate. But Haskell and Quill are most certainly bundled up.
Yeah. Yeah, I will stay out with my friends. You,
Okay.
brother, may of course go in if you like. But I am fine out here. There are many nights I have spent in the snow.
Would you like me to start a fire for you?
No need, but thank you. If you wish to have one, I am not offended.
I am not good at cooking, unfortunately.
That makes 2 of us.
Hey, Miss Vinny.
Stew Drinker, you are the drinker of stews. You must know how to make some.
I wish I did. I just only know how to get rid of it.
Why did you carry so many pots and pans and forks?
Well, usually bowls people give me aren't big enough, so I bring my own containers.
They will cook us food.
Great. And then he'll immediately take out all the pots. This is my portion.
Can I try to cook something
You
up,
just-
Tori?
Sure. Why don't you make what kind of check do you want to make here to see how good the food is? You can make the food and everyone will be fed, but what do we want to do here? Do you think this is an intelligence thing? Is this like, are you cooking by your gut? Is this like wisdom?
Yeah, well,
Is this like survival, maybe?
yeah, sure.
Let's do survival.
He's scrounged stuff up before. 14.
It is better than average stew. Stew Drinker, this is not the best stew you've ever had, but it's not bad. Pretty good. And especially coming from a little halfling that you maybe didn't think really knew how to, like really make stew. Not like they do at home, This is pretty good.
Great.
I'm also going to burn a stick of incense and start muttering a prayer to a goddess of unlife in Sylvan.
Okay.
As one does.
I speak Sylvan, so I'm creeping on your prayer. Do you
It's a
say
little- it's
anything
a-
unsettling?
To not let the ghosts consume him in the night, and to probably leave Quill alone as well, but maybe harm her just a little bit if it would help prove their existence, so she'll stop being so naive.
Wow.
That seems fair. she'll just frown at that bit of the prayer, and then she's gonna start feeding bits of the stew to her yeti that's still inside of the pouch that she has on her side.
Yeah.
You speak face speak?
Of course.
You surprise me sometimes.
Sometimes I feel that I surprise you all of the times, but it is not always in a good way.
He's gonna zip up, like covering his ears and face, and just plop down in the middle of her explanation. Just start going to sleep.
So rude. I'm glad Quill has friendly people around now too.
Stew Drinker, tell me of yourself. Why is it that you are here?
Well, we've been wanting to find that legend, but what I had heard was that you really need to be worthy. So I've been trying to find some ways that I could be more heroic, and then maybe I might run into her.
So you just wished to meet her, and you left home for this.
Yeah. I figured that everything that I could do at home, it just didn't seem like I could ever prove myself. And so that's what I want to do. And you do note that as he says this, he's also just kind of gently grasping that little teddy bear trinket that's on his belt.
Mm-hmm. Who is your friend? And she'll nod to it.
The Yeti tyke is kind of reaching for it, Stew Drinker.
Oh, I'll quickly.
With grabby little kid
Oh.
hands, you know?
Well, he's got mittens on.
Oh
so
yeah, he still has your mittens
Oh.
on?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll quickly hand him the toy that.
Oh, he's reaching.
Kira made
Okay,
him.
the wooden toy.
Yeah,
He'll take it, but he seems slightly less satisfied.
that's fair.
Stew Drinker will unclip the little toy, noticing the mittens, and will ask Quill, he's not going to eat it, is he?
He might eat it. We have only known each other for half a day.
About a day now, probably.
A day now?
Okay. And then Stew Drinker is just going to kind of hold it up and try to do like a little dance, manipulating the little arms and little legs, just like how he would do for his little sister.
The Yeti tyke seems curious and intrigued by this little display.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Are you guys rolling hit dice as you rest? Are you sleeping here? Is this a long rest? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, we can't see in the night, so we might as well long rest here, I think.
Okay.
Haskell's out until he gets woken up.
Okay. Moon Eye, I imagine eventually you head to sleep.
Yes.
Your-
I'll meditate and pray to the Moon Maiden, visit with my friends for a bit, and then fall asleep.
Your you know from chatting with your friends that they've been infused with some sort of mystical chwinga powers, basically, and they are more than happy to keep watch over you guys through the night.
Thank you, friends.
The elk bows deeply. All right. The night passes uneventfully. In the morning, there are, let's see, I guess, Moon Eye, you're the one outside. You wake up and you notice a couple of kids, kind of ducked here in the trees, looking at you guys, looking at you and then the igloo. and they're whispering to each other.
Good morning, young ones.
They jump when you address them, and like start looking like they're gonna scatter.
Do you know where the speaker is?
The one kid who was slower than all the others says, "Speaker's sick up in the castle. Sorry, we thought you were maybe ghosts. That place is haunted." And then she goes running away.
I'll bang on the thing. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
Haskell, you're woken up.
Who's banging around on this door? Do we even have a door on this thing?
It's an igloo. It's just a little opening.
He'll start getting up.
All right, what do? It's morning time. Your animal friends are still around. Haskell, when you remove the spike, the igloo, of course, melts away.
Yep, he'll pull the spike out.
The speaker is in the castle.
do we need to see the speaker, or are we heading to the wall of ice?
I think we should probably... I don't know. What do you think, Quill? There are many walls of ice. We were brought here for a reason. Maybe we should speak to this speaker.
You were coming here to find... I can't say the name. Olamiranatok.
Oya Menartok.
Oya Menartok.
Yeah, Menartok.
Did you think that she was going to be here?
I wasn't sure, but I mean, if the speaker knows a lot about this area, then maybe they'd be a good person to ask.
Perfect. Let us go see the speaker. The last one we saw had cookies.
I have a proposition for each of you. What if we were to bash that door down, deal with the angry spirits inside, and then demand a reward from the speaker? I'm running low on coin from this place.
Shouldn't we ask if the speaker wants us to get rid of the ghosts first?
I always found it's easier to drive a bargain if it's already done.
She will turn to Moon Eye, who seems to be the most reasonable of people she's met so far.
I agree with you, Quill. Windbag seems to seek out moments in his life that may not have been laid before him.
You're not making any sense.
Your ravens come fluttering from down off the tree, Moon Eye, and they sort of as one as one voice, Pra, they say, "Over there, we see some footprints. Do ghosts leave footprints, Moon Eye?" And they kind of flutter back over this way.
My friends have observed something. They say there are footprints over there.
Let us go take a look then.
As you guys head over, you do indeed see some prints in the snow. This place is like, since the inn is abandoned, you can imagine not a lot of people come here. So the snow really all around you was relatively undisturbed until you guys came and set down your igloo and everything. But this area was still fairly clear, and you do in fact see some footprints headed, let me get the ruler, headed away, headed like this. You're able to trace them back, obviously not onto the stone steps, but like the snow here.
Can I go running back? Can I try the door handle again? See if it's unlocked.
Sure. It's locked.
Is there a skill to like pick a lock?
Yes. It is I gotta get Pathfinder out of my brain. It would be sleight of hand. However, it's more difficult without thieves' tools and if you're not trained with thieves' tools.
I don't believe I have those, but I can still try it.
Do you think Haskell would have an idea for how to do this?
Yeah, I think you would.
Okay, you can go ahead and try with disadvantage.
Okay.
I feel like instead of doing that, he like is trying to push a stick through the thing and like lift a latch on the other side instead of actually finagling like a thing.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
It's like the credit card hack instead of actually picking a lock.
Yep. No good.
The first check was a 2, so yeah, I don't think it's gonna. It can only go down from there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Haskell, the stick you're trying to like jam in the door handle just breaks, snaps away.
He's gonna kind of nervously look over Becker Bales. It's still locked.
May I say that we should speak on our plans before you open the door?
I was just trying to see if it was unlocked with the footprints.
Perhaps the speaker would have a key to this building, and they would pay us. And we could make sure that the reward is worth the risk.
Very well.
I'm going to call to Pra. Will they stay and watch the building for me and come tell me if someone leaves it?
They will do this thing for you. They will
Thank
perch
you.
themselves up here in this tree and watch carefully.
I will find you some shiny things as thank you.
They all like ruffle their feathers, very pleased at this.
Unai, will you do the bargaining if we take a job for this?
I have no desire to bargain, nor do I need a job for this.
I will speak.
I don't think that's the best idea, Quill. You're too kind.
But
They will take advantage of you. They're a speaker. This is what they're trained to do.
Perhaps I will learn from the experience.
Let us go speak to the speaker.
He misses Vinny so much. Every time he sighs, I can just see it running through his whole
He wants
face.
someone to chop down that door for him. He wants someone to just go charging through and do it. Okay, so you guys are headed away from the inn toward the castle, correct? Yeah. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and take our break now as you guys trek up the hill, and when we come back, we will see what happens at the castle. All right, so we will be back we'll be back around 9:05 Mountain Time. So in about 10-ish minutes.
Woohoo! Bye.
See you in a bit. All right, so I guess, Mooneye, are you taking your giant elk with you? You Bodil is coming along?
Yes, Bodil will come with us.
Okay. So you
She's
guys
a good friend.
a long time friend
Yes.
of the wilderness. Yes, I love it. Bodil comes along then, and you guys head up the hill. As you can see, it's kind of icy and frosty, but you make your way up and see before you a shut portcullis. Let me hop over to the map. I hope the tokens are all as they should be on this map.
I see us.
Good? Are we good?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his elk. I thought that was part of the map, but I was like, man, they have this same elk on every map.
No, it's good old Bodil. So you stand before a large portcullis here, and there's like a gatehouse above it, and You can see over here and here, there are like these parapet type, towering structures with mean looking arrow slits. And, this place is clearly built as a fortress of defense. And actually, no one addresses you as you approach.
Do you want to try knocking on this one too, Quill? I think you're muted.
Haskell, did your mother never teach you manners?
Speaking of mother, Haskell, a random character fact has been requested about you and your mom.
About me and my mom. Okay, so here is a fact by Haskell. He does not remember who his parents are.
Oh, brutal. Quill, coming
Mother
in.
taught me manners just fine. We used to do classes.
You used to do classes?
She was very strict.
Of manners?
Yes. Setting the table, proper etiquette. How to not be so naive and to not bother people while they're tying their shoes. And what of your mother, Quill?
Quill will just turn away and knock on the portcullis.
Ooh, touchy subject with Quill. So you bang on the portcullis. You can see there are torches and things lit inside, and you can see just a little ways through the portcullis. You see movement in, because there's like a courtyard kind of thing on the other side. Then when you bang on the portcullis, a hooded head pops over the edge to look down at you from above and says, "What do you want? The care's closed. The speaker doesn't want any visitors." And speaking to you is a human man who is wearing, obviously warm clothes because he's outside.
Hello? Is there a problem with the speaker?
The speaker's not well. He's not taking visitors right now. Go away.
We have a healer with us, if that is helpful.
The speaker doesn't want any of your heathen magics. We have no need of that here.
May I speak to you for just one moment? This one is very naive. I understand that your speaker is ill. But I have one inquiry before we go on our way.
Another head pops over the ledge, and this one you can see is a tiefling. And they have like grayish skin and horns like yours, Quill. I believe we said go away.
I just want to talk for a moment.
Your moment starts now. Talk fast.
I will speak at my own pace, thank you. I don't like to strain my voice, especially since you are so far over there. Listen, we have important business with your speaker. We have questions. Your speaker has a duty. You have a haunted tavern down there, or an inn, whichever you want to call it. We need to talk to him about this, as well as other questions. If you don't have a speaker running the town and nobody in your town knows how to speak, and as he's talking, his eyes are going to start like glowing kind of slightly, very subtly purple. If you have no speaker to speak for your town, how are you to control the ghosts in the tavern? And if those ghosts are to escape, I can assure you, the ones that they will come after will be the ones denying people at the gate to try to get business dealt with their town. And I'm activating one of Haskell's abilities here called Words of Terror. So I want to try to frighten this tiefling as I'm talking to him.
Okay.
He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
What is the DC?
13.
The tiefling seems unfazed. They blink slowly at you and lean over a little farther. Say, "Sorry, it's just hard for me to see you all the way down there, little one. I think that these ghosts or whatever will inform the speaker, but as we said before, he's not well and he has other things to attend to. So move along. As they lean over, a necklace kind of swings out from their clothing, and it glints in the light, a black glass, and it looks it's hard to tell the details from all the way up there, but it looks a bit similar to the one you found, Quill, as well as the ones that you found in the snow, Haskell and Moon Eye.
Do I see that?
Are you paying attention?
I'm looking him right in the face, trying to scare him.
I didn't know if you were blind with purple rage or not. So
No.
yes, you can see this. All of you can see this. You're all looking up.
Haskell will pull his out of his pocket. And what about for one of your own?
Are you Harold?
Shush,
Are you talking to the human?
Yeah.
I just lost his voice. Yeah. What do you want? Are you? And then they kind of stop and look at each other, and they whisper, they confer with each other up on top, and the tiefling says, "So you have been called then? Have you all been called, or just the small one?"
All of us.
Which reminds me, Quill. I forget this. I need you to roll a d6, please.
I'm so scared right now. 1.
Okay. Haskell, you said all of us?
Mm.
Quill, as the tiefling calls out and says, "Have you all been called?" You suddenly feel this sort of shadow over your mind for a moment, and your hand instinctively goes to your bag where you've stored this amulet, and you feel it, and it's kind of warm to the touch, and I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
It's my best one. Oh, but I rolled a 9.
Okay, this is about to get really interesting. Do you have hero points? No hero points. Okay. I will whisper to you in chat what the result of this is.
Okay.
But you Quill, you feel you hear a voice in your mind, and it's like icy cold male, and it says, "You are home now, child. These are your friends." The tiefling and the human. Well, actually, Haskell, go ahead and make a deception check. Or persuasion, I guess, if you don't feel like you're lying, but you're trying to.
No, I definitely feel like I'm lying.
Okay.
Wonderful deception.
15. Okay. They confer with each other for a few more moments, and then finally the tiefling says, "All right then. Sorry to keep you out in the cold." And they disappear, and a few moments later you hear the heavy chains and the portcullis is slowly moving upward.
Fools leaving their things on the ground. I got us in. Are you coming, half giants?
Brother, are we ready to go?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
You have nothing to fear. Just a bunch of political guards and whatnot in here.
I love the low key reaction. The
I was
slight
trying
widening
really
of the eyes.
hard to control my face.
Haskell's gonna go strolling in like he belongs there.
I don't know how to whisper back to you.
You \W and then you can start typing my name. Okay, you guys head in. Sorry, the Goliaths are following. Everyone coming in?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay, Moon Eye, are you going to insist that your elk come with you? They seem a little, so the human and the tiefling greet you on the ground floor, and they seem a little bit confused by this elk that's just randomly with you.
This is my friend Bodo.
Does Bodil stay with you then? The tiefling says.
Do your friends stay with you when you travel?
If this is the master's orders, then I suppose the elk can stay. Okay. That's pretty much all. They will raise the other side of the portcullis, so you guys and lead you into the courtyard area. Let me just grab all of you and move you over. Boop. Okay. So you see, gotta get your elk too. There you go.
Yeah, I got him.
Can't forget Bodil. So you come in and, like the inside of a keep, you see it's dirt and open sky here. And you see there's a pen over here with a bunch of yapping sled dogs inside, and there's a young boy tending to them. And let's see. You see ahead of you lies the keep in True. There is sorry, this is a true dungeon crawl, so I've got to read all the room descriptions and stuff as we go. There are barred windows and arrow slits on the upper floors of the keep as well. To the east, there is a small single-story building. Oh, that's where the dogs are. And then some unused merchant stalls are what these guys are. They're empty and look long abandoned. And then tucked over here underneath these stairs is a small wooden hut with a crescent moon carved into the door.
So what's on the menu today?
I'm afraid you just missed mealtime. Is
Not
that
meals.
what you were referring
You know what
to?
I speak of. He's gonna just raise an eyebrow at him.
They look at each other. How about we just take you to meet Kadroth? I'm sure he'll be very interested in getting you acquainted with the knighthood.
Not part of the inner circle, I see. Very well.
Well, we are taking
Move
you
yourself
there.
quickly and with less speaking.
He's gonna look back. Speaking to me, Quill.
No, that's one. And her eyes are like boring holes into the person who keeps back talking, Haskell.
You
Yes, what
must
she
be
said.
new, very new. I'm sure Kadroth will set this straight. Come along. And
I
she
know
gives you
that
like
powerful people are not on guard duty. And I'm gonna brush past him.
Ooh. Okay. They just like force a very like icy grin and follow, and they lead you to the double doors here. The human man who you assume is Harold, he seems like very cowed and is just kind of timidly following behind all of you.
I
The boy
flip
also
a finger across his chin. You have disappointed your mother. And I keep walking.
Caskell's just gonna like look at Quill like, what the hell?
Yes, Stew Drinker and Moon Eye, you obviously haven't known Quill that long, but this seems like a very marked shift in her behavior that you have seen up to this point. The boy just kind of gives you a sideways glance as you walk by. They open the double doors, and lead you into what looks to be like a mess hall. There is a young blue-skinned tiefling who's clearing dishes, and she kind of jumps as you guys enter. And the other tiefling says, "Mir, would you kindly show our newest knights up to Kadrath's chambers? I'm sure he will be very interested to meet these new companions of ours." And the blue-skinned young tiefling, she is holding like a big stack of dishes and looks at them, unsure like if to set them down and immediately do what she was asked or run them to the kitchen. And finally, she decides to just set them on the table. And
I see that your
you.
guardly duties do not allow you to stray from your path given you. Unable to get close to the speaker?
You have a lot to learn before you move up the ranks here, dear.
That is what you think.
Come on, Harold, let's go. And they go walking back out, leaving you with this young tiefling who trembles a little bit. Hello, I'm Mir.
Straighten your shoulders and lift your chin.
Okay.
And speak clearly.
Just up here, right this way. She starts heading up these stairs here. Oh, never mind, just kidding. Not that way. She leads you to this door over here. She knocks first, and you hear a voice from inside. What is it? What is it? Some new knights are here to meet with
I slap her.
Oh. Okay. She looks absolutely dazed. But not like she is unaccustomed to such treatment.
And I'll step up and I'll rap on the door myself. You have new knights that you must meet with. May we enter?
Mir quickly steps aside, and then you see the door open, and you see another tiefling. This one, he's wearing like his token has a mask on, but he's green skinned and like his posture is just like kind of rat like he's just very, low, and he kind of keeps his shoulders up by him. You are new knights. Is that what you said?
Name yourself.
I am Thoob, right-hand assistant to the great leader Kadrath. And you will speak respectfully to me if you are to be new knights.
This is Haskell. He is my right-hand speaker. And I gesture for Haskell to deal with this person.
She is right. Now, who are you to demand such authority?
I am the right hand to the leader, and I demand respect as such.
The leader shall get respect. You shall get what you deserve. Now start earning it and stop demanding it.
He glares at you, both of you, and then hustles to the door and slips inside this room over here. It shuts the door behind him. And you hear a shout at first. What have I told you about disturbing me? I am not to be disturbed, Thoob. This is the last time I'll tell you. And then you hear Thoob's voice very snivelly. There are new knights here, sir. I thought you would want to meet them. And then silence. And you see the door open. And I have a picture for this guy. So I will show him. Standing before you is a paunchy, older, red-skinned tiefling, dressed very nicely. Let me grab his picture so I can show it to you guys, because he's got quite an image.
Ugh.
Oh.
Is that
Wow.
a necklace he's wearing? Is that a belt? I'm not
That
really sure what
that is a
blue thing
necklace.
is.
I have been
Okay.
describing it a bit differently,
Okay.
but that's the amulet that you would recognize, Quill.
Perfect.
All the art for some reason is very blue, but I've been describing it as black glass up to this point, and I will continue to do so.
Get after it.
This is your Icewind Dale.
Yes, but he is very prominently displaying that amulet. And you actually, I should have pointed this out earlier. All of the, well, not the dog boy and not Mir, the servant, but Thub, the two, guardsmen, and now this gentleman, they have all very prominently worn these amulets that match yours, Quill.
I'm holding my amulet, the chain like tangled around my fingers, and I'm looking at it and then up at him when he opens the door.
I understand you are new recruits. He kind of he surveys each of you slowly.
Brother, you should step forward. This will be an honor for you.
And Stew Drinker will first look up at his brother before very quickly stepping forward, saying, "Yeah, do you need help?"
What he means to say. Yes, we are the new recruits, full of potential to be the best you've ever had.
Huh, that is tall talk for someone so small.
I'll
Please,
be replacing the job
come
of the
in.
two outside.
Who do you mean? Fell
Maybe-
and Harold?
Yes, they make a fool of this organization.
Why do you say that?
Because they play uncourteous doorsmen. They wouldn't let us in, even when we presented our necklaces.
Is that so? I
It was
do not
quite the
believe
heckle.
the master would be pleased with such treatment of our own.
I would hope not.
Please, all of you, come in. And he invites you in. This is an office. There's a fire roaring here in the fireplace. There's nothing on this map, but this office is very well appointed. There are a handful of nice, cushy chairs scattered around the room, as well as a large desk that is facing the fire very precisely. You think perhaps he positioned it so he could stare into the fire itself. Let's see. Yes. Thub also kind of steps toward the door, and Kadroth says, "Thub, leave us. I wish to speak to these new recruits privately." And Thub, bows his head kind of snaky, and then just sneaks out by you, giving Haskell one last glare as he walks by.
Have fun, Thub.
So, you all found amulets at the same time, or how did this
Yes.
come to pass?
Meant by the gods, clearly.
The god.
Yes. Slip of the tongue.
Mind
Indeed.
yourself, Haskell, lest we need to clip that tongue.
Has gotten a new burst of confidence. I quite like it.
Yes, I think we will get along famously. I quite like your personality, small one. And you, he looks to Quill. I sense great potential in you.
You would be
As-
correct.
For you two, he looks quizzically at Stew Drinker and Mooneye. I have not seen your amulets. Do you also bear the symbol of the knighthood?
They had lost them in the snow. Quite embarrassing.
I did nothing of the sort. Mine is being held by Pra.
Ah, that's correct. A raven pet.
I should think you would want to keep such a treasure close to you. And he pats his own on his belly. It is
I
our
did lose
connection
mine.
to the master. You are foolish and weak.
I'm sorry.
We're working on him.
We will whip you into shape yet, boy.
While some are powerful of mind, others are powerful of arm. I am sure you will agree. Stew drinker will be quite useful.
I see. Well, I suppose if you're both vouching for him, I can see to it that I will speak to the master personally and, well, see if I can seek his forgiveness
When?
for losing your talisman. When?
When will you be speaking to him? For we must know his will soon.
Of course. I have his ear. And I will...
My eyes go pointedly to the fire and then to him.
I
like-
will be speaking to him soon.
Hmm.
Like what?
Like, she's trying to like gauge if that's how he speaks to the speaker is through the flames, because of the positioning of the desk, and a lot of tieflings have like the affinity to flame
Sure.
anyways. So like she's like kind of doing like a subtle like, is this how you talk to him?
You can go ahead and make an insight check if you'd like.
I would love to do that. How about a 19 plus 2 because we're affirmated 21.
Woohoo!
Man, this is how Haskell and Quill could be friends.
Quill, you get the feeling that this guy is more bluster than he is action. And you actually, when you asked him when you will be speaking to the master, he hesitated just a moment too long, and you think that perhaps
He's
is
not
maybe not as
connected.
connected as he would like you to believe.
Oh, I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna lean against his desk. Is he sitting behind his desk?
No, he's standing right now, he kind of with his arms behind his back.
Does he have papers on his desk?
Mhm.
I'm gonna lift them up and shuffle them as if I'm going through them. Listen, you are not as connected to the master as you think you are. Your form, and I gesture him up and down, is not that of one that will truly serve him. And I take a pen and paper and I toss it in the fireplace.
That
and I
is
keep shuffling.
and
And your words and your voice, they grate upon me. And I toss another paper in the fireplace. How did you obtain this position of power when someone like I should take it from you? And a little bit of flame licks at my fingers, and the rest of the papers are going to go up in fire in my hands.
Haskell looks so impressed. He just has like a wide open, happy grin.
You hear a voice in your head, Quill, that same icy voice, and it says, Now, we mustn't quarrel amongst each other. He is a silly man, but he has his purpose.
As you say, my lord. And I say that out loud, and I give like a little respectful bow. Serve your purpose, silly one. And I'll go and I'll lounge into a chair. My fingers steepled and one leg crossed over the other.
He
Haskell's
looks
gonna
completely
giggle.
taken aback.
Haskell's gonna giggle and mimic her in another chair.
What are Stew Drinker and Moon Eye doing?
I'm just standing in the corner watching and trying to wrap my head around the bizarre interactions that these people have.
You can make a
Clearly there's
religion
tension,
check
but-
if you would like, Moon Eye.
I don't know if it lets me. Unai is more a man of faith than
Mm.
religion. And clearly the gods do not want this roll to go
Like, no, you'll never know. I'll stall for you. Kaldrath, oh, look at that. There, they all come through at once.
Yeah.
You are affirmated, so that's with an extra +2. So
That's case
20.
it's a 20.
Excellent. So Muna, you've been kind of observing. You've now seen a few examples of these amulets, and just also getting a general vibe of this whole situation. You think that you think perhaps this is some sort of cult. They all seem clearly devoted to the master, whoever that might be. You aren't familiar with that particular symbol of the black sword, but like I said, judging from the vibe of everything, you think perhaps this might have something to do with probably an archdevil of some kind. If it were a demon, things would be a lot more chaotic. This seems more of the lawful evil leaning, which are devils. So you are not sure which specific one they might be following, but you're getting devil worshipy vibes. Yes.
I just have one other question.
Mhm.
Do devils, so they're lawful, so I would equate them more with the light than the dark per se, or the twilight area?
I mean, they are evil still,
Okay.
but they abide by a sort of code, kind of their own order. So I don't know if that changes your personal opinion on devils, but they at least have some order of operations, whereas demons are much more just kind of whatever goes. Yes. Well, I do have some business to attend to. I'm certain Mir can show you where you might be able to stay. And you, and he looks to Stew Drinker, he seems a little more calm because Quill, you're picking up that he sees Stew Drinker as someone he can order around. You asked if we needed help.
Yeah.
I believe there is a threat stationed at the inn. I do not believe it is haunted. In fact, the master, and he side-eyes Quill, has told me as much.
In her mind, she's going to say, is this true? Or does he take your name and twist it to his own devices?
You don't get an immediate answer.
Can I sense his motive?
Yes, but you also get the frosty voice back again and says, I do not answer to you, girl. I speak to you when I will. Forget not your place.
She'll nod her head. She'll lower her eyes down towards the ground respectfully, but then they're gonna flash back up to this guy and see how true is he being.
Okay.
Is this an insight as well?
Yes.
We still have +2 from chat. Oh, I rolled so bad. 7.
You're not sure.
She's shaken by the chastising she just received.
Perhaps you can all prove yourselves worthy members of the knighthood by taking care of this problem for the master.
And payment?
Payment is as he deems necessary. And he kind of touches his amulet again.
I kiss my own amulet. Indeed, as he wishes. And I am sure that with the way you run this place, you will not be skimping upon his wishes.
I follow his orders to the letter.
When he speaks to you, yes. And I'll stand up. I am ready to burn something. Shall we go?
He gestures toward the door. Please.
Oh, I'm going to reach in my bag and I'm going to pull out a small little jar of like sticky sap and I'm going to leave it on his desk for you to piece your ashes back together. And then I'll sashay my way out the door.
Thoob, you can see as you come through the door was like standing here in the corner, listening as you guys all come piling out. And he looks timid in your presence, Quill, and just sort of backs away into the corner. Mir will show you what you need.
I'm going to step up to him and I'm going to put a hand on the wall above his head and I'll lean in real close. Has he deigned to speak to you, this master? Do not lie to me, I will know.
He has spoken to all of us at one time, and he taps his amulet. You know this.
But does he continue to speak to you?
He speaks to me as necessary. I serve my place in the knighthood. I would not deign to tell him how to run things. Kadroth, though, and he kind of looks like conspiratorially toward the door. I do not know if the master is as with him. In fact, I hear rumors that the master does not like him. And he kind of smiles gleefully.
I grip his jaw and say, we are of the same mind. And I'll lean in and I'll kiss his forehead. And then I'll pat his cheek. Be a good dog. Once it is time for him to be replaced, you will be remembered. And I'll walk towards the door.
Hey, you guys head out.
I'm going to look at him.
I can't do this!
Good boy.
Your tyke kind of pokes its head out of the bag, Quill, and like whines at you a little.
Shh.
And it like ducks his head and goes back in the bag.
Okay.
Mir is waiting outside the door, still in the mess hall, cleaning up dishes, and she nearly drops them again as you guys walk back in. And she'll go up to Quill because she has the authoritative vibe.
Yeah.
Or,
Ask of me.
I've been instructed, and she glances back toward where you came from. I've been instructed to bring you to Hethel. She is the most senior member of the knighthood and the soothsayer.
Yes.
She told me to bring any new recruits to her. Please,
Will you stop stuttering and lead the way to this Ethel? We must speak with the soothsayer, for she has the word of our god.
Yes. And she dashes up the stairs.
I follow at a leisurely pace that suits myself.
Okay, I will bring you guys over because we're going to the second floor. All right. Is anyone saying anything to Quill? Or are you guys all just following in horrified silence?
Haskell has never been more proud in his entire life, and he's following Quill.
Stew Drinker is very silent. And I would say like this all began with even the interaction with Kadroth, just sort of like that vibe. It kind of brings back some memories of being in his tribe, and his role was very much shut up and do what you're told.
Okay, so you guys are on the second floor. My goodness, my dog scared me.
Boomer, calm down.
Wait, Zach's got her. Okay. So Mir, I gotta bring Mir over. She leads you over here to this doorway and ducks inside, and I'll just skip all the hallways and stuff. You guys all end up here in this room. It is a bed chamber. There's a chilly draft and another roaring fire in the hearth. There is an old dwarf woman sitting in a rocking chair in front of the fire. She's got a blankets piled on her lap. There is you see peeking out from underneath the blanket a wooden peg in place of one of her feet. And next to her on a small table is a plate of trout. And she also has a really cool image. So I will find it for you. Why is it not right there? I don't know. But she rocks in the chair and continues staring into the fire and says, I've been dreading this moment. Here's what she looks like.
Oh!
Nice trout.
Oh.
Okay.
She you can see she also has the amulet. She looks like her eyes are just like covered in cataracts. And like I said, she just stares into the fire.
Tell me of your fears, old one.
Is it fear if you know it is coming and have accepted the inevitable?
Sometimes the tingle in our gut persists despite what our mind may say.
Perhaps. I knew you were coming. I've seen you before. In a vision. She kind of brings an old creaky hand up and taps her temple. And after this conversation is over, is when I die. She continues rocking in her chair.
Pascal looks around to everybody like, who's gonna do it?
It is a natural thing. I will finally move on to join our master in the 9 hells.
Mm. Would we all be so lucky?
Do not rush the future, young one.
Tell us what you have seen.
I will tell you what I wish to tell you, and I suggest you shut your mouth in the meantime.
Quill's eyes narrow, and she seems to hesitate between taking a step forward and waiting, but bides her time.
The old woman cracks a half smile and looks at you with her milky eyes. You are full of ambition, but you have much to learn. I have seen many things, and I know you have seen many things. She points to Moon Eye, and then her finger also moves over to Haskell.
Finally, somebody wise.
Some of these things that we have seen are the same. But I believe I am more practiced in this gift than you young ones. I have much to tell you. There are Dwergar invading Icewind Dale. You guys know that Dwergar are a type of dwarf, but they are like dwarves who went way too deep underground, were enslaved by mind flayers for generations, eventually broke free, but were corrupted, and now they're underdark dwelling, evil-y dwarf type creatures. You know, kind of like how they say orcs used to be elves, but that kind of thing.
Yeah, I like it.
There is one Zardarok, Sunblight. He believes himself conqueror of Icewind Dale. This eternal winter has made him bold. Now that the sun does not shine down on this land anymore, he has built himself a fortress hidden in the spine of the World Mountains. In it, there hides a still beating heart of a great red dragon. He plots, even now as we speak, the destruction of 10 towns. He's crafting a weapon with this dragon's heart. And soon it will be ready. You are the ones destined to stop this. But I warn you.
I shared a dream with you.
What did you ask, Haskell?
Have I shared a dream with you?
As I said, we have both seen many things.
Do you speak to me in my mind?
I do no such thing. I am no telepath. I am merely a soothsayer, and you would be wise to listen to my words.
He'll nod.
She holds up a finger. If you go to face Zardarok too soon, you will die. You must go when the time is right, when you feel your strength is prepared for such a test.
Haskell nods. You're on the right path, Quill, if today has shown anything.
We are allies. You are new knights. There are Dwergar in that inn, waiting for the time when Zardarok strikes with his great weapon. If you wish to prove yourselves worthy of the great master's power, you will clear them out.
You say you see the future, and you know who we are. Yes?
I do.
And you believe us to be knights?
I believe you to be allies.
You called us knights.
She kind of grins. I know not all of you are who you say you are.
Haskell grinned deviously.
That amulet you wear around your neck, boy, is a fake. The only one here gifted with Levistus's true power is this one. She points at Quill.
Quill will smile demurely at her.
Haskell's gonna kind of side-eye for a second, looking maybe a little bit concerned.
Moon Eye, now that she has said the name Levistus, you know this to be an archdevil of ice. He is trapped in an ice fortress in the Nine Hells. But it seems he has gained a foothold following here.
And when I was a child, this was not as cold as it is. It's always been winter, but it's not been this permanent winter, correct?
Correct. This is definitely something that is known to be brought on by the Frostmaiden for unknown reasons so far, and it has persisted for a couple of years now. She rocks back in her chair and sighs. I have said what I need to say, and now it is my time.
Go, she'll say to the rest of them. I will be with her in her final moments.
I don't think it's the best idea to leave you now, Quill.
Do not worry about me, Haskell. And she fixes you with a hard stare. I will be just behind you.
Windbag, it is her time to be with this one. And I will kind of push guide him, whether he wants to or not, out the door.
He'll kind of hard stare at Quill on the way out, but he'll comply.
I'm imagining Moon Eye like shoving him, Haskell just like scooting on his heels, like
Yeah.
sliding out the door. Stew Drinker, are you also exiting?
Yeah. Stew Drinker will like see Haskell being forced out by Moon Eye and then just silently follow.
Step forward and kneel before this woman and look up into her face.
You hear your Yeti tyke whine a little, and it pokes its head out again from the bag and looks at you concerned.
I just slowly push its head back into the little satchel and I pull it down over it. And as I look up at this woman, I say, it has been ever since the master spoke to me, I have felt turmoil within me, but your death will give me a moment of tranquility.
It might give you more than that, girl.
Smile. And she pulls a little dagger off of her waistband and turns it in her fingers. You say that you will die of natural causes?
I have seen my death. Make it quick.
Yeah, she'll make it quick and she'll leave the knife behind. So as there will not be any evidence of her like bloody dagger at her waist.
Okay, you're just gonna stab this woman through the heart and leave it in her?
Yeah, it'll be like, yeah, basically.
Okay.
Without getting too graphic, yeah. It'll be quick and efficient. She's done lots and lots of hunting, and she knows how to do it swiftly.
Okay. You, the body, as soon as the dagger goes through, the body of this old woman starts turning blue and becomes covered in frost, very reminiscent of Asterix's body.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah. And soon becomes like frozen solid.
Go to the Ice King quickly and tell him of my name.
And I don't know if RLU is still with us or not, but I feel bad because you guys, it's totally fine, but we just haven't had any combat this session. I'm sitting on 12 villain points. So I'm going to I will spend all 12 of my villain points to
that doesn't sound good.
Are you gonna
to do a thing?
Okay, cool. Cool. I think I know what you're gonna do, but yeah.
So you you feel the frost form on this body and then walk out a moment later and all of your companions are standing in the hallway. Mir is waiting for you near the stairwell, looking nervous.
So was there blood on the dagger?
No, not really.
Okay, then she'll keep it as a memento.
Okay.
Okay. She has passed.
It was her time.
She had foreseen it.
Oh. All right.
There is no need to be sad. She has joined the Ice Lord.
Right. Do you need anything
you need another
else?
slapping? Lead us the way out.
Oh, okay. Right away. She hustles down the stairs.
Haskell's like narrowing his eyes at Quill, looking much less impressed now.
And I'll just bring you guys over here. She brings you back down to the mess hall. And she points toward this door and says, you can stay in there if you need living quarters.
I pull off my pack and I shove it into her hands. Put it upon a bed. We have jobs to do.
Oh, okay, right away. And she hustles off into the room.
She will wait a moment to see if you guys wanted to drop off your bags as well.
No, Haskell's keeping his.
Okay. Then she'll stride out to the front. And you said there were animal cages?
Yes.
She's going to leave her Yeti in one.
Oh.
Ooh.
Haskell's gonna grab Moon Eye's arm, like as Quill is confidently walking out. And he's gonna whisper, as soon as we get out of here, we need to get that amulet away from her. Something's not right.
No.
There are dog kennels over here, Quill.
Is there one that's empty?
It's kind of just like a pen.
She's
more
not
like.
going to leave it in a group where it could get mauled, but if there was like an empty one, then she would do it.
There is a stable-ish boy here if you want to talk to him.
You have a small kennel?
I could probably find one.
Yes. Bring it here.
Okay. And he goes hustling off.
Ugh,
and
she
comes
loves
back.
that he obeyed so promptly. That's where it's at.
Comes back and he brings with him a little, little cage kind of thing.
Perfect.
Maybe it looks like an oversized, like chicken, chicken cage.
She will pull the Yeti tyke out of her bag.
Oh, by the little scruff.
It's not even like a cuddle lift. It's just like a pick, and she just pushes him inside. Hush. I will be back when you are not in my way.
Am I supposed to take care of this Yeti?
I will be back at nightfall. Do not worry yourself. Give him jerky and water, and he will be fine.
This kid is holding the cage way out far and away from him, and he just sort of walks away confused and sets it down over here.
While Quill is taking care of the Yeti tyke in the cage, Stew Drinker is actually going to go back into where the rooms are and where Mir is. And he'd like to take the bag of sunshine out and hand it over to her and say, hey, if it gets really bad, here you go.
What is this?
It looks like you could use a little sunshine in your life.
She kind of takes it with big eyes. You're not like the others.
Well, my friends, something's a little weird right now, but if we get the chance, I'm gonna save you.
She nods. Your friend, she reminds me a lot of the other, the tiefling who lives downstairs. Avarice. She's mean like her.
Avarice. Okay. That's good to know.
She's scary, but she kind of looks past you toward the door to make sure no one's listening. She's not in charge, but she could be if she wanted to be, but she doesn't. She lets Kadroth do everything, and they're keeping the speaker of the town locked away in his room. He's not really that sick. They just tell everyone that. But I didn't tell you this.
And Stew Drinker is gonna do a quick mime of locking his mouth and wink at her before he leaves.
She gives the tiniest of smiles and continues like setting up Quill's bed all immaculately and nice. All right, then you guys all meet out in the courtyard and head toward the inn. Okay.
As soon as on the way out, could Haskell roll a religion on Levistus?
Yes. I'm sorry, I should have allowed you to do that earlier.
No, that's okay. Halfling luck gonna re-roll that. It's a nat 1.
Ooh.
16.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
18.
Levistus. Yes, you have certainly heard of Levistus. Although he's not a god that you are ultra familiar with. But you know, he was long ago imprisoned in an iceberg in the Nine Hells for some act of treachery. And he's been basically desperately trying to get out ever since. Thus far unsuccessfully. But yes, he is an archdevil. So he's certainly not the most powerful, power figure in the Nine Hells, but he's up there.
Okay.
Powerful enough to be worshipped, and have followers.
Is there a good way down from the portcullis? Haskell's going to call Quill over. Quill, can you come take a look here? I think somebody may have taken the coin from my pouch, but my eyes are feeling poor for some reason.
Who cares about the coin in your pouch?
Just take a look for me with your superior eyes, will you?
She will reluctantly walk over.
When she walks over, he's gonna hold the pouch up, and he wants to open the bag of sunlight like right in her face. And then he wants to try to rip the amulet off of her neck.
Are you wearing it on your neck, Quill?
No, she's not. She had it in her hand before, because that way she was lifting it to kiss it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably like wrapped around her wrist like a bracelet, or it's in her pocket. But it's not around her neck. I would say, just for ease, you can easily get off your hand.
I want to
saw
snatch it.
where she put it. Okay, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Okay. Sleight of hand with advantage.
Damn you, Haskell! Why?
Didn't roll twice for some reason. Try again.
Come on,
8
big
or
money. Yeah.
17?
17.
That probably beats your passive perception, Quill.
Yeah.
Which is 10 plus your perception modifier. Yeah. So you snatch it out of, we'll say, out of her bag. And you have it now. Passable.
So does she notice me take it, or is that with the sleight of hand she didn't notice
that one. She did not notice.
Oh, so clumsy of me.
You've just been like blind, not actually blinded, but it was, like camera flash bright for a few moments.
I'm so sorry. I thought that was my coin pouch.
Idiot.
He'll grab his real one. The coin's still in there. There's 13 gold pieces in there.
Shall we go and kill some things?
Are you feeling any better after that flash of light? Did it burn the devil out of your head?
You feel no different, Quill.
I am fine, Haskell. Calm yourself.
Be careful to the voices you listen to in your head. Something that woman said stuck to me. Levistus. That is not someone you want to be trusting.
And what do you know about this man?
I know much about the gods, Quill. You should know this by now. You mock me for my points of view, though you know they've been correct.
You are more correct than I would have expected.
I do not think Windbag knows as much as he thinks he knows. But I agree with him. Levistus is dangerous.
This is coming from this grouchy old half-giant.
I have never heard this name before.
You just heard it when the woman spoke it to you.
But
Or were
I
your
do
ears
not know of
closed?
this voice, Haskell. I do not know what you speak of.
Can I insight her?
Sure, we can make a contested check. Go ahead and make a deception check, Quill, and we'll see if Haskell can beat you. How well Haskell knows Quill. We'll see.
18 worth is how. Dang it, Quill.
Oh
why
my
you
gosh,
lying?
2 big rolls. 18,
And 24.
24. So, you can believe whatever you want, Haskell. You can certainly still be suspicious, but it does seem like, at the very least, Quill is unreadable.
I feel like he probably is like, just thinks she doesn't know what's going on.
That would be par for the course. Yeah.
That is a fair assessment.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to dealing with this in. Just be careful in your head.
How could I be
Alright.
anything else? You are always here to remind me. And her hand drifts towards the dagger at her waist.
I did like what you did in there. If you were like that all the time, we could be friends.
I would enjoy that very much.
Didn't know you were so good at lying.
She'll just shrug and continue on.
All right. You head back down the road toward the inn. And you guys, it's now probably like middle of the day-ish. And you find yourselves in front of the inn that is supposedly haunted. The ravens come fluttering back when they see you. Moon Knight. Oh, gotta get rid of the Yeti Tyke. He's not here right now. And they report that they have seen nothing since you have left. No activity.
Thank you, Prof, for the work.
They nod. We are being called elsewhere. And flutter off. And Bodil, your faithful elk, gives you a nuzzle and wishes you luck. And she also kind of glances at Quill and says, "Be careful, Moon Eye." And
Thank you, Bodil. I will be.
goes lumbering off after the ravens. And we will end with you guys outside these doors, ready to take on the haunted or not haunted inn.
Woohoo!
Right.
Let's fight some ghosts.
All right. That was a very, very cool, interesting session. Definitely had some twists that I was not expecting.
Hey, me too.
Nice RP on the personality swap in. That was great.
Thank
Yes, it
you.
was.
Very,
That was
very
awesome.
cool. Super fun.
I was not expecting this. I was like, uh-oh. I'm glad it came across well.
Yes. Surprises all around. I did not think that you would fail your check, but
I
that's
didn't
okay.
either. I didn't think I was gonna nat one it. That's for sure. For sure, Z's.
You know we're in a little bit of trouble when like Haskell's the one being like, should we maybe
Hey.
hit the brakes here?
Just slow down a little. That is bad sign, red flag number 1 is when Haskell is saying, something about this is not right.
I was
Indeed.
pretty thrilled that I was like had a moment to use her full name because she always goes by Quill. Her full name is Tranquility, and so that was cool. Little moment for me. I was like, yeah, get it in there.
Yes, that was super cool. Yeah, you
did-
guys all RP'd that super well.
I did like the way Haskell really seemed to not question it until the moment when he was asked to leave the room with the old woman. Before that, you seemed pretty on board with everything Quill was doing.
Like,
You just
wait
you
a
thought she was
minute.
going along with it, and then she was going along with it way too well. He's like, wait a minute.
Hold on. And I loved Stew Drinker, the little spot of sunlight.
Yeah.
Literally in this otherwise kind of dark session.
He and Quill would be best friends if something wasn't happening.
Just not Darth Quill here right now.
Darth Quill is absolutely what's happening right now. And we will see how those 12 villain points get used in the sessions ahead, hopefully. So for all of you dumping blessings and villain points and hero points and things, sorry for the lack of combat, but I hope you enjoyed the intrigue and mysteriousness of Quill's sudden personality shift. And thank you for joining us. One more time, Matt and Ian, thanks for coming. These will be new regular faces here on our stream. Do you want to tell everyone one last time, if you want to plug social or anything else you're on, go right ahead. Matt, why don't you take it away?
Oh, yeah. If you ever find yourself in Ogden, Utah, come check out the Comedy Loft. We do improv shows Friday, Saturday nights. You can find me there.
That's awesome.
It'll be a bit lighter than this, I think. And Ian, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter as BudFan, and same as I'm labeled here. And that's it. If you ever come to Belfast, Maine, you can find me at Marshall Wharf Brewery. I work there as a bartender.
Oh,
hey, that's
very
awesome.
cool.
Awesome.
Some IRL sightings, perhaps, in the future.
Can I plug a couple of things?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to be running Mouse Guard on this channel on Wednesday. We're doing a one-shot with some pretty awesome guests. I'm very excited to play it. It's my first time GMing the game, but we do indie games here pretty often, and I'm excited to try out the system. Also, on Thursday, I am joining a new show on Weave the Tale. It is the game of Parslings, where I'm going to be playing a twin with another character, and that is a cool word game / deck building game, which is a TTRPG, but it'll be very fun.
Cool.
Called like their tagline is "Words are what define me." So the way people perceive you in this world actually give you the powers that you have. So I'm very excited to play that. So if that interests you, come check it out.
Imagine if that happened to Quill. How people perceived her was what the
You'd
powers
be in
that
trouble
she
with
had.
Haskell spewing his stuff.
I know. She
Not
would
anymore,
only be
though.
able to burn goats. She'd be a goat killer. Tales is raiding.
Okay, go Chase. Oh, hi.
Oh, yeah.
Right in time
Hello
for our
and good
plugs. Yeah.
Let's get some hype in chat.
We have
Thank
Tabletop
you.
Treasure Hunters tomorrow. We have the players slugging it out in the arena. So if you guys have wanted to see them beat each other up without killing each other all season, tomorrow's the day to do it. It's super close. They're all within like 200 gold of each other. And tomorrow's like our last big session to swing the gold numbers. So
Yes.
could be very important to who's winning tomorrow night. And we're almost done with the season. So check it out.
Watch Dora finally unleash her full power on the other
Indeed, yes.
party members.
Yes.
Yes, that is happening tomorrow night. And then I have one last thing to plug. On Fridays for the next few weeks, I will also be playing in a stream on Weave the Tale. We are playing a game called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Nibiru. And it is very interesting. It's a sci-fi kind of dystopian type game where you are playing people who live on a space station and they cannot remember their past lives, basically. And as you go through the game, you record memories that give you different bonuses. So kind of similar, like the word thing.
Yeah,
In this game, in this game, you get power through the memories that you recall as you play. So very interesting stuff. So come hang out. That is on Weave the Tale, 7 to 10 Eastern time. So you can see me play there. Em, did you have a thing to say?
No, I just said Spider Queen Long
okay.
says they're the GM. And I was like,
oh yes, perfect.
Very cool. Thanks for the raid, guys. We're peacing out.
I know. Such sad timing, but we're super happy to have you. If any of you guys want to join our Discord, the link is in the chat, so feel free to come hang out. And
we're playing video games with the Discord. That's like our new thing we're doing. So
yeah,
if you guys are into that, definitely check it out.
go join.
Mhm.
All right, I will go ahead and wrap us. If you would like to support our channel, you can, of course, with all these new people, please feel free to follow us, subscribe, whatever you like. We're on Twitch, obviously. We're also on YouTube, and we are uploading our previous VODs there if you want to catch up on some of our shows. And then all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can also show your support for us by teaming up and going and shopping with our affiliate partners, which you can find linked below. You can also use a discount code to get some discounts on some excellent dice and other accessories. You can also find our Patreon link down there if you're interested. And those are all those things. If you are already doing one or all of these things, we really, 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 really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. We love doing this, and we love doing it for you guys. Now, go take a long rest. Please do not pick up any mysterious black glass sword amulets. And we will catch you next time.
Good night.